The content that I have for you guys here today is a direct expose on what not to do or what not to be as a man in your relationship. Title of today's video, Simp Sucker Beta Husband Gets Exploited by His Gold-Digging Wife. It is beyond important not to be a whipped man. It is beyond important to be a man that is respected in your relationship as well as your marriage. Now, the content comes from Caleb Hammer's channel. We've reviewed them before. Financial Audit, fantastic channel. The total content is about an hour and a half long, so I'm only going to go over a portion of it. But guys, let me know if you guys want me to do a live stream on it. Leave me a comment down below, and if I get enough comments, then we will get active on it. We're going to start at the beginning of the content where the wife and the husband are just sort of introducing themselves, where they work, but then shockingly, or I guess unshockingly, the wife drops a bomb, a secret in their relationship.
Hi, my name is Megan. I'm 34 years old.
My name is Garrett. I'm 36. We live in Houston, Texas.
And this is Financial Audit.
Thanks for coming over to Austin, guys. So what do we do for a living in Houston, Texas? We'll start with you.
I'm a flight attendant on the weekends, and I stay home with our two kids
During the weekdays.
Correct.
Okay. Well, okay. So very much part-time, I'm assuming.
Yes, but I am full-time. Like,
Mama, full-time mama.
no,
So
flight attendant. I'm full-time hours.
You're getting... Okay. How many hours are you getting on these weekends?
It's 72 for the month is what I get.
Oh, okay.
There are some times where she works during the week.
Yeah.
So
How much are we making from this? Because your payroll is practically nothing.
I make 54 an hour, but I'm averaging, like, my months are like 50 to 70
Huh?
a month.
Huh? Hours?
Yes.
Oh, okay. What hits your bank on an average month from your pay?
3,000.
Okay, well, that was not reflected in this last month. We had 600. What was different?
At first glance, this appears to be a traditional relationship where the wife stays home the majority of the time during the week at home with the kids while the husband works full time. But we're going to see in a second, this is anything but traditional. But pay attention to the body language of the husband and the wife as they continue to talk.
It should be more than 600.
didn't work as much this
Why?
month.
I
Probably.
mean, yeah.
People not flying?
I mean, no, I don't think I worked much. I don't work that much in the summer.
It's kind of a choice.
Isn't that when people travel?
The most,
Yes, but
But that's because the kids are home more because there's no school. How old are the kids? We have kids.
yes.
How old are kids?
2 and 4.
2 and 4. Okay.
Yes.
Well, why less in the summer?
I just don't think I worked much in the summer.
Yeah. Why?
Because she likes to take off.
Okay, but our spending seems to be maintained.
Yes.
Right. That's the issue. Come on.
How much you guys think you spent in this last month? When really only his income came in. How much you guys think you spent in this last month?
Oh,
12,000.
I'd say probably around there.
Pretty damn
Not more.
close, 11,764, but only 8,677 came in from your paycheck. So how are we maintaining the same level of spending if we're not working? I'm confused. We're just taking time off, but we're continuing the same level of spending. That doesn't make any sense.
Yep.
We start dipping into our emergency fund towards the end of the month
For what?
to cover some purchases that pop up. A lot of
Purchases that pop up.
Right.
I.e., what gave you that tan? I.e., going on vacation. Yeah, that's an emergency. We take from an emergency fund to go to islands and stuff. It's an emergency.
no, that was planned out prior to a lot of the last minute knickknacks or impulse spending that happens.
Emergencies.
That'll be pulled out of our emergency
I think
savings.
I brought more in, like, in August.
Notice when the husband references things that pop up, he also references impulse spending. Now, do you think that that is coming from the husband or is that coming from the wife? At the same time, she has no idea how much money that she's bringing in or that working less hours will severely impact her paycheck, but she still wants to spend the same amount of money and impulse shop. And if you notice, the wife never looks at her husband while the husband is behind her looking at her. The body language suggests to me that she could care less about what he thinks, meaning that she doesn't respect him while he is looking for her approval. Let's proceed.
We don't have it. Is there a secret account we don't have?
No, I don't know why you don't have it. Unless I don't really remember why I didn't work very much. But it just seems off. The number seems off.
That's what hit. That's
Yeah.
at least what hit. Okay, what do you do for a living?
So I work in the oil and gas industry.
Oh,
Yes.
He's a Texan. Okay.
Oh.
Cool. What do you make?
Right around 120.
Oh, that's great. Okay,
good.
so that's help sustaining. We live in Houston, definitely energy town. Okay, what is your position?
I'm a kind of a drilling fluids specialist tech. I work in-house for one of the major offshore companies.
So do you get
Blue
down and
collar
dirty?
G.
I worked offshore for 10 years.
Yeah.
And since we had kids, moved back working in the office now.
Okay, how long have you guys been married?
We just celebrated 6 years.
Oh, very nice. Okay, so a little different than most married couples on the show. One, you've been married a little longer. Yeah, a lot of people are kind of newlyweds on the show. And two, your guys' kids were within your marriage, which is maybe the first time that's ever happened on this show. Not that either way is bad or good. I don't give a but it's interesting. It shows that, you know, maybe you are a bit more planned. And the weird thing here is there is retirement here. That's the weird thing. But then there is so much that does not correlate with a couple that plans,
Yeah.
especially if we're taking for an emergency fund for knickknacks. And one of you has a secret that the other doesn't know, and I don't know what the secret is, or who has it, but
Look at
one of you wants to tell it. And what is it? Who has the secret? Who's the little
I do.
secreter? You're the secreter?
Yeah.
What's your little secret?
I mean, it's
look at
I just like made another loan to cover a credit card so we could go on our trip.
Oh my. Okay.
Okay.
And I didn't tell
What do you
him.
mean? Wait, why doesn't he get to know that? Why are we doing that without his knowledge?
Oh.
He thought you were pulling from an emergency fund. Not that that's even better, but actually, no,
I
you
was
said the
gonna
trip
tell
was
him.
pre-planned.
I was gonna tell him. I just
Was, but you didn't, so I don't give a was. You didn't.
Well, no, I didn't
Yeah.
tell him.
Huh?
I didn't tell him.
Why?
Because I mean, I was going to.
But you
I
didn't.
just didn't want him to stress about our trip.
wow. Gaslighting.
But now you're stressing about the trip, even though the trip is already done because you've borrowed on it and now you have to pay it off. You borrowed, you opened it, you took out a loan. What kind of loan?
Uplift?
Okay.
No, Upstart was the loan I took for the
Upstart.
card. Upstart, yeah. I took that out to pay off a credit card that was maxed out so that we could have spending on the card.
Oh my.
Has
are you
nothing to
talking
do with
about?
It's
well,
so
that has nothing
crazy.
to do with the vacation.
Well, then what are you talking about? Because that
so
just contradicted your whole thing.
Imagine being a man that worked 10 years on an offshore oil rig. You put in the goddamn time. You put in your goddamn work. You got your commendations. You come back to the States. You making $120,000 a year, but you're still in debt because you married a deceitful, emotional spending, gold digging woman. Taking out a loan to pay off a maxed off credit card because of an pleasure trip, an entertainment trip that you're planning on taking is dastardly work. So because you're not the masculine leader within a relationship, she doesn't have respect for you and practices deceit behind your back. And because of that, you make $120,000 a year, but you're in debt. So much so as to dip into your emergency fund.
I'm confused too. What are you saying?
So, yeah, we did finance the vacation that we just took.
From what? On what?
The loan.
It's like the pre-planned, like a firm,
Look at
like
his face.
one of those. It's called Uplift.
Look at it. He had no
So
idea.
Uplift
You took a
and
loan to
Upstart.
pay off a credit card.
Yeah,
Which
they're
is
both
crazy.
I have both loans, an Upstart and Uplift.
And which one did you know about? And which one did you not? Or neither? Why?
He didn't know
Why?
about any.
When? When did you do this?
The last week of the month before our trip.
What month?
September.
Okay. The last week of September.
Yes.
You did this.
Yes, I got a loan out and paid off a credit card.
They
that was
can't
maxed
afford
out.
it.
Yeah. Why? But like, why? Because
Look at it. Look at this.
that just. It's got my name too on it, or is it
No, it's
just
just
yours?
mine.
Because
It's just mine.
it
But you're married.
affects us both, and
It affects you
that
both.
is not
Well,
really a
you
good feeling to
never,
have
like-
that go behind my back, you know.
Yeah,
But
I didn't think you. I think you would understand why I did it. So I didn't.
Put
figure
your
you were
balls
gonna
on
be
the
mad.
table.
well,
Look at it.
Understand why you did it. You did it for the vacation.
Correct.
And are you mad?
Yeah. I'll say, Matt, I'm pretty disappointed. That's kind of a big thing. I thought we were
Oh my
low on
God.
funds, during the month because we were
Look at him. She's
taking
not
out
making
to
eye
pay for a
contact.
trip instead of.
How long do you guys go on these trips, or how often do you guys go on these trips?
Watching that entire exchange with how soft, feeble, and feminine he's coming across, doesn't it disgust you? I mean, Caleb asked him, is he mad? And it seemed as though he was afraid to confront his wife for what she did. The weakness in him is allowing her taking debt on like this, especially when you have 2 kids to provide a roof over their head, deserves a bit of controlled rage.
Like twice a year.
Can you afford that? I mean, obviously not if we're taking out debt to pay off a card and then another debt to pay for this trip that we can't pay for. And then you think taking out for an emergency fund for knickknacks. Obviously not. So why are we doing these trips when we have young kids?
Knickknacks are not an emergency.
Shouldn't we be getting taken care of and buttoned up
Well,
for
it
the
was
sake of
for
their
my-
future instead of going and seeing some palm trees?
Very true.
It was for my birthday and my son's because our birthdays together.
Happy birthday. You have one every year. I don't give a so does he. What?
Probably not, but
That probably
Probably
turned her on.
not.
I don't
He won't?
regret it.
What?
I don't regret the trip.
Probably not. Are you saying you're dying? Terminal? What are you
No.
terminal with? Brain cancer? Is that
Right.
why
No,
you're
I
taking
was
out these
agreeing with
loans?
you that like my son probably didn't care about the trip for our birthday.
Well, no, none. The 4-year-old barely passed the age where he's gonna start remembering
Remember it,
things.
yeah.
Other
Yeah.
than that, the 2-year-old has no idea what the going on. It's basically just a group of cells floating around in the universe. Can't form memories.
Well, we have pictures from it.
Well, that's good. As long as they don't go blind, they'll be able to know they went to a place with palm trees.
Oh yeah, this seems to be every year we've got a birthday trip. They're all in October.
What, do you not agree with these? So why are we doing them? Wait, what are we doing then?
Pay attention.
Why
I
are
just
you?
plan it,
I don't
and
agree
he
with
just
them.
goes on them. He doesn't.
I don't agree with a lot of them.
Why are we doing them then?
And we just do
because
it.
I like to travel.
Wow.
Cool, but if he disagrees, why do you win?
I-
Win.
Maybe because I'm controlling. I don't know.
Maybe because I'm controlling. I have a sneaking suspicion that she's going to read all of the comments beneath my video and blame her husband as to why everyone dislikes her. This, my friends, is a financially abusive woman and a weak man who apparently silently disapproves of her actions. To have no backbone as a man at 36 years of age, there's no excuse for it.
He just does whatever. Like if I
just
have a
does
trip,
whatever.
he just packs his bag and he's like, okay, where we're going? Like when we get to the airport, like he doesn't know.
Put your foot down.
Anything about the travel or the expenses. He just.
And
goes.
you're saying you don't like that?
I don't prefer. I'd like to be at least consulted. Like, hey, let's take a trip. Okay.
Do you guys have
let's plan this out.
conversations about this, or is this the first time? Like, what are
No,
we doing?
We've had this conversation multiple times.
Why has nothing ever been addressed then?
I feel like I could be sitting on that side with you, talking to her about a lot of these financial issues or
Well, I'm
Yeah.
not the
things.
only
do it.
problem.
Oh, I've
I
never
am
said
saying I'm a huge problem, but I'm saying I'm not the only problem.
I've never said I wasn't any problem.
But,
But
he's
I'm
making
also-
the money.
When we say pulling out of the emergency fund for things, I'm not the one that's pulling out for things. She's the one normally pulling out the emergency fund. So
I mean, I do have a spending problem. I know I do. Like I know I'm out of control with spending.
I'm confused. We talked about before we started filming. You found this show through George Camel. You found George through Dave. You've been through a live event with Dave. You know he'd be against all of this dramatically. You've been on that path of relative being surrounded by the knowledge of how to not be a dumb money, and yet we are in
still doing it.
so like what? You obviously just don't care. The vacation's more important than any financial stability or any fixing or any change of behavior, right? It has
Yes,
to be.
Yeah.
it's got to be yes, because this is a daily.
That's the first time she
watching
looked at him.
financial
And she-
videos and doing all this. On her
And she looks disgusted.
first,
Why watch
and
without any action? I'm confused.
we might have action for half of the month, and the other half is
Yeah.
let's go do whatever we want,
Get a little fire under your butt for a moment,
and then
and then you're done.
yep.
Why do you think it falls off?
because I impulse buy and I regret it after, I can go to Target and spend $600 and then I could take it all home and regret all of it,
Then return it.
but I don't.
Okay.
So then I just
Take out loans to pay off your credit card.
$600 for going to Target.
And how much is this loan that you took out that he doesn't know?
$6,000.
6,000. Almost what you bring in after taxes and everything on a monthly basis. Immediately, a month has to go to that. How much was this vacation? You took out 6,000?
No, the vacation was $4,000.
What kind of lifestyle are you guys living?
They took the kids.
Champagne
probably.
taste on a beer budget.
Yeah.
It seems like we kind of
Look at 'em.
spend when we want to spend.
What
There's-
goals do we have for you guys, for the kids? Where are we trying to be? Looking 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road. What are we trying to do? Because right now we're just living for fun in the moment. What are we trying to do? Do we have any combined goal?
I don't think we have goals together. I want a house in Palm Beach by 40. And
Are you going to be able to move?
no, I want a
No.
second home.
No, she wants a second home, which is ridiculous.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
This 6-year marriage is absolutely cooked. She wants what she wants. She'll spend 10 times the amount than what she brings in, and then she'll lie to you about it, all to satiate her spending addiction. Women like her demonstrate why so many advertisers focus their products specifically on women, because women are generally much more impulse buyers, because impulse is based off of your emotions, or more accurately, your emotional control, or lack thereof. The yin to that feminine yang would be masculinity, structure, stoicism, stability, pacing yourself, boundaries, the ability to confront material possessions and say no, enough is enough. But because he doesn't provide that within a relationship, it allows her to go out of control, because women like her are obsessed with the life that they see on social media and won't let a pesky little thing such as an income deter them from getting exactly what they want. Meanwhile, they're disconnected from being a wife. They're disconnected from even being a mother. And it's just sad to see. I'm like 50-50 on being disappointed for this poor fellow, this poor chap, versus being sorry for him. Sorry for him because, you know, it's probably his environment that he grew up in as to why he acts this way. But sorry for him because he doesn't realize here that he is in fact the catch. But because of the simp position that he's currently in and the unevenness between the power dynamic, he's allowing her to wreak havoc on their finances unabated. Don't be like this guy, all right? Questions, comments, concerns? Y'all already know what to do. Me and good tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. Taking out a loan to pay off a credit card, and not just any loan, a 20 to 25% interest loan to pay off a credit card to go on a vacation. It's mind-boggling to me that there's people that live within that. But guys, take from this guy's situation as to the type of man that you need to be within your relationships for success going into the future. Until next time, YouTube.